Welcome to my channel. HD Rare Coins 111. In this video I tell you about the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. One such coin that has sparked the interest of many is the 1972 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be wondering, what makes this particular penny so special, and why is it worth so much money today? Let's dive into the fascinating world of this seemingly simple coin and uncover why the 1972 Lincoln penny is highly sought after and how it became a valuable item in the world of numismatics. The Lincoln penny has been a beloved piece of U.S. currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Featuring a portrait of the 16th president on the obverse and the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse, the design of the Lincoln penny has remained largely unchanged for over a century. Over the years, the coin has undergone minor design updates, such as the change from wheat stalks to the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse in 1959. But even with these changes, the Lincoln penny has remained a staple of American currency, and the 1972 penny holds a special place in this long tradition. You might think that the 1972 Lincoln penny is just another ordinary coin, but what sets it apart from others minted during that time is its rarity and the potential for finding high-grade examples. In 1972, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies, making them relatively common in circulation. However, the condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. Just like any other collectible item, a coin's condition, or its grade, is a crucial factor in its worth. Most 1972 pennies you come across are in average to poor condition due to years of wear and handling, but some rare examples have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition, making them extremely valuable to collectors. Coin collectors know that the key to a coin's value lies in its grade. Coins that have been heavily circulated or damaged usually don't fetch much more than their face value, but coins that have been well preserved are worth a great deal more. The 1972 Lincoln penny is a prime example of this. Coins that have remained in excellent condition with sharp details, clear features, and no visible damage can easily be worth far more than a simple penny. The value of a high-quality 1972 penny can soar, making it a prized possession for collectors looking to complete their Lincoln cent collections. While most 1972 pennies are worth only a penny, some rarer and more pristine specimens have captured the attention of serious coin enthusiasts. What really makes the 1972 penny special is the fact that a small number of these coins were struck with a very unique error, a doubling effect on the lettering and date, known as double die errors. This phenomenon happens during the minting process when the coin is struck more than once, causing the design to appear doubled on the coin. These double-dyed pennies are highly sought after, as they are incredibly rare and can bring in substantial amounts of money. The 1972 double-dyed penny has become one of the most famous and valuable error coins in U.S. history. But it's not just the error coins that have driven up the value of the 1972 Lincoln penny. Even non-error examples of the 1972 penny, if they are in pristine condition, can fetch significant amounts of money. In fact, high-quality 1972 pennies in mint state have been known to sell for up to $66,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $66,000. This eye-popping price is a reflection of the rarity and demand for these exceptional specimens. If you come across a 1972 penny that looks like it has just been minted and has been carefully preserved, it could very well be worth a small fortune. So, how can you tell if you have a valuable 1972 penny in your possession? The most important factor is the coin's condition. If you have a penny that shows no signs of wear, no scratches, and no discoloration, you may have a mint-state coin on your hands. However, the real jackpot comes if you have a 1972 penny with a double die error. These coins are easy to identify, as the doubling effect on the date and lettering is very noticeable. If you find a 1972 penny with this error, it's worth having it professionally evaluated and graded by a certified coin grader. A professional evaluation will give you an accurate idea of the coin's value, and if it's a rare, high-grade example, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The demand for era coins like the 1972 double-die penny is particularly high, as collectors are always looking for rare and unusual pieces to add to their collections. The allure of owning a coin with a minting error makes these types of coins especially attractive to numismatists, and as a result, they can command prices far higher than ordinary coins. The 1972 double-die penny has become a symbol of rarity and uniqueness, which only adds to its value. In conclusion, the 1972 Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem like just another piece of everyday currency, but when you take a closer look, you'll find that it can hold significant value. Whether you have a rare era coin or a pristine, uncirculated penny in your collection, the 1972 penny could be worth far more than its face value. Coins in excellent condition, especially those with the famous double-die error, are highly sought after by collectors and can fetch impressive prices. If you happen to stumble upon a 1972 Lincoln penny in great condition, you could be holding a rare treasure worth $66,000. So, the next time you go through your spare change, don't overlook those pennies. They might just be worth a fortune. Top 2. When we think of coins, we often view them as little pieces of metal that serve as tools for buying goods, but in the world of numismatics, coins are treasures, rich with history and value. Among these prized coins, the 1975 Lincoln 1-cent penny holds a unique place. For most people, a penny is just that, a penny, worth only 1 cent. But for collectors, the 1975 Lincoln penny represents more than just its face value. It's a symbol of a specific era in American history, and depending on its condition and rarity, it can be worth far more than you might imagine. In fact, this coin has been known to fetch prices as high as $58,000, yes, that's $58,000, for the right specimen. Let's explore why the 1975 Lincoln penny is so valuable and why it continues to be a sought-after item in the world of coin collecting. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American currency since 1909, and over the years, it has evolved in design. The iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse of the coin, as well as the various reverses, from wheat stalks to the Lincoln Memorial, have become some of the most recognizable images in American coinage. By the time 1975 came around, the design on the reverse had already switched to the Lincoln Memorial, a design that would continue until 2008. The penny was a common piece of currency circulating in the pockets of Americans, but little did they know that a specific year like 1975 would yield coins that would soon become highly valuable to collectors. So, what is it about the 1975 Lincoln penny that makes it worth so much money today? The answer lies in both the rarity and condition of the coin. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of these pennies, only a small fraction of them have survived in mint condition, unscathed by wear and tear, with sharp details and clean surfaces. Most coins from 1975 have been circulated and handled by countless people over the years, resulting in visible damage, discoloration, and wear. But some pennies, often carefully stored away by collectors, remained in pristine, uncirculated condition. These rare examples are in high demand and can fetch impressive amounts on the collector's market. Condition is key in determining the value of any coin, and it's especially important when it comes to the 1975 Lincoln penny. Coins that show signs of damage, such as scratches or discoloration, are usually worth only their face value. But coins that are well preserved, those that have sharp, clear details and no signs of wear, are where the real value lies. For the 1975 penny, this means that if you have a coin in uncirculated or mint condition, it could be worth thousands of dollars more than you think. However, it's not just any 1975 penny that can command this kind of price. High-grade examples, those that have been preserved under the best conditions, are the ones that collectors will pay top dollar for. But there's another reason the 1975 penny has become so valuable. As with many other coins, error coins are a major draw for collectors. An error coin occurs when something goes wrong during the minting process, resulting in a coin that is different from the usual product. In the case of the 1975 Lincoln penny, there are rare examples of coins that were minted with a unique flaw, specifically, the presence of a doubling effect on the obverse design. This is known as a double die error, where the image appears to be struck more than once, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the details of the coin. These double-dyed pennies are highly sought after, as they are rare and considered to be valuable collector's items. If you happen to find a 1975 Lincoln penny with a double die error, it could be worth significantly more than a regular penny, and it could be worth as much as $58,000. The rarity of these double die error coins is part of the reason why they are so valuable. When you consider the fact that the U.S. Mint produces millions of pennies every year, finding one with a minting error is extremely rare. Only a small number of error coins are discovered, making them highly desirable for collectors who specialize in rare or unusual coins. Because of their rarity, these error coins can bring in substantial amounts of money at auctions or through private sales. In addition to error coins, the 1975 Lincoln penny in general has become a sought-after item for collectors, even without any minting flaws. This is because it's a coin that represents a specific year in U.S. history, and it's part of the larger set of Lincoln pennies that many collectors try to complete. For anyone trying to assemble a collection of Lincoln pennies from different years, the 1975 penny is a key piece. As time goes on, the demand for these older pennies continues to grow, which in turn drives up the value of high-quality examples. If you think you may have a 1975 Lincoln penny that could be worth more than its face value, there are a few things to keep in mind. The first thing to consider is the condition of the coin. Is it in mint state with no visible signs of wear or damage? Does it have a sharp, clean design with no discoloration or scratches? If so, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. Additionally, if you find that your 1975 penny has a doubling effect or another error, it could be worth even more. It's always a good idea to have any valuable coins professionally graded by a certified numismatist. A grading service can provide you with an accurate evaluation of the coin's condition and determine if it has any rare qualities that make it more valuable. Coins that are graded highly by a professional service will often sell for higher prices because collectors trust the grading system. In conclusion, the 1975 Lincoln penny is far more than just a piece of everyday currency. Whether it's a rare error coin, an uncirculated gem, or a key piece in a Lincoln penny collection, the value of the 1975 penny can far exceed its face value. If you're lucky enough to find a 1975 Lincoln penny in pristine condition, or if you happen upon a double die error coin, you could be holding a rare and valuable treasure. The price for these high-quality 1975 pennies can reach as much as $58,000. So, next time you check your change or sort through a jar of coins, keep an eye out for that 1975 penny. You might just be holding onto a small fortune. Top 3. When it comes to coin collecting, it's easy to overlook the humble penny. After all, it's only worth 1 cent, right? But for collectors, a penny can sometimes be worth much more than that. In fact, the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny is one such coin that has piqued the interest of numismatists and collectors alike. While it may seem like just another coin from the 1980s, this penny holds a unique place in the world of rare coins, and in certain conditions, it can be worth a pretty penny, possibly even as much as $50,000. So, what makes the 1980 Lincoln penny so valuable, and how did it rise to such impressive heights in the world of coin collecting? The Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, has long been a staple of American currency. The coin has gone through a number of design changes over the years, from the original wheat reverse design to the Lincoln Memorial design that graced the back of pennies from 1959 to 2008. In 1980, the reverse of the penny still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design that would become one of the most iconic images in U.S. coinage. At first glance, the 1980 Lincoln penny may appear like just another penny produced during the late 20th century, but upon closer inspection, it's clear that not all pennies are created equal. The value of the 1980 Lincoln penny lies in its rarity and condition. While millions of these pennies were produced by the U.S. Mint in 1980, only a small fraction of them have survived in excellent condition. Most of the 1980 pennies you'll come across in your daily life are likely to be worn, scratched, or discolored from years of handling. However, if you happen to find one in mint state, with sharp details and no signs of damage, you could have a valuable coin on your hands. What sets the 1980 Lincoln penny apart from other coins from this era is the relatively high demand among collectors for coins in exceptional condition. The higher the quality of the coin, the higher its value. But it's not just about pristine condition. Certain era coins from 1980 have been known to attract the most attention from collectors. Errors during the minting process can sometimes produce coins that are drastically different from the normal issue, and these coins are often worth far more than their face value. If you've ever heard of the term minting error, it refers to a flaw or mistake that occurred while the coin was being produced, and these errors can create rare and valuable examples that are worth significantly more. In the case of the 1980 Lincoln penny, some of the most valuable coins are those that have minting errors. A well-known error for the 1980 penny is the double die error, where the coin's design appears to have been struck more than once, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect on the features of the coin, such as the date or the lettering. These error pennies are extremely rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. Because of their rarity, double die error coins can command impressive prices, sometimes fetching thousands of dollars at auctions or private sales. Another factor contributing to the value of the 1980 penny is the overall interest in Lincoln pennies as a whole. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, and collectors are always eager to add rare and unique pieces to their collections. The 1980 penny, especially one in pristine condition or with a minting error, is a must-have for any serious numismatist looking to complete their set of Lincoln cents. You might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1980 penny is one of the valuable ones? The first thing to check is its condition. If the penny is shiny, with sharp features and no visible wear, it could be worth more than just its face value. However, the real treasure lies in finding one of the rare minting error coins. If your 1980 penny shows signs of a double die error, where the lettering or date appears doubled, then you could be in for a windfall. Double die error coins are often easy to spot, as the doubling effect is usually quite noticeable, especially on the date and inscription on the obverse of the coin. If you believe you've found a valuable 1980 penny, it's important to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. Grading is a critical step in determining a coin's true value, as it helps assess the condition of the coin and its rarity. Coins that are graded highly by a certified grading service are typically worth more, and collectors are more likely to pay top dollar for them. You may be asking, what kind of price could a 1980 Lincoln penny command? Well, if the coin is in mint condition and has a significant error, the price can skyrocket. Depending on the rarity of the error and the coin's condition, it could sell for as much as $50,000. That's right, $50,000 for a single penny. Of course, the price can vary depending on the specific coin, but error coins or high-grade examples of the 1980 penny have been known to fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. So, the next time you're going through your spare change or sifting through a collection of pennies, keep an eye out for a 1980 Lincoln penny that looks especially pristine, or one with a noticeable error. It could be your ticket to a small fortune. Whether it's the result of a minting error or simply a well-preserved example of a classic coin, the 1980 Lincoln penny can be worth much more than its humble 1-cent face value. And who knows, if you find the right one, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $50,000. That's $50,000, a sum that might surprise you for a simple penny. So, don't overlook those pennies in your pocket or coin jar. One of them could be worth far more than you think. Top 4. When you think of a penny, it's easy to dismiss it as a coin with little value. After all, it's only worth 1 cent. But in the world of numismatics, pennies can hold incredible value, especially when they are from certain years or possess unique characteristics. One such penny that has garnered significant attention from collectors is the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This particular coin, often overlooked in daily transactions, can actually fetch tens of thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and unique features. If you've ever wondered how a penny could be worth so much, keep watching, because this 1982 Lincoln penny might just surprise you. The Lincoln penny, which has been a part of U.S. currency since 1909, is one of the most iconic and beloved coins in American history. The reverse of the coin, which originally depicted two wheat stalks and was later replaced with the Lincoln Memorial, has changed over time, but the face of the coin, which features President Abraham Lincoln, has remained the same since its inception. By 1982, the penny was still utilizing the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, but 1982 would prove to be a year of significant change for this humble coin. The most interesting aspect of the 1982 Lincoln penny lies in the fact that two different types of coins were produced that year. These pennies were made of different metal compositions, which is something many collectors find fascinating. Prior to 1982, pennies were primarily made of 95% copper, but with rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to change the metal composition of the coin. Starting in 1982, pennies were made of 97.5% zinc with a copper plating. This change in the metal content is what makes the 1982 penny so unique, and it's one of the key reasons collectors pay close attention to the 1982 series of pennies. The first type of penny produced in 1982 was still made from the older copper composition, while the second type was made from the new zinc-based composition. Both of these coins were minted in large quantities, but the difference in their metal composition makes them highly sought after by collectors. The copper pennies were minted before the composition change, and the zinc pennies followed afterward. The challenge for collectors is identifying which 1982 pennies are made of copper and which are made of zinc, as the copper versions are far more valuable. Now, you might be wondering how this difference in composition impacts the value of the coin. Simply put, the 1982 copper pennies are considered far rarer and more valuable than their zinc counterparts. The U.S. Mint only produced a limited number of copper pennies in 1982 before transitioning to zinc, and these copper pennies are highly prized for their historical significance and rarity. The copper penny is worth far more than the zinc version, and collectors who find these rare copper pennies in uncirculated or mint condition can often sell them for significant amounts of money. So, how can you tell the difference between the two types of 1982 pennies? While it's not always easy to spot, there are a few methods that can help. The easiest way to differentiate them is through their weight. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while the zinc pennies weigh only 2.5 grams. If you have a scale and can weigh your penny, this is a quick way to determine whether it's made of copper or zinc. However, even without a scale, some collectors have become adept at identifying these coins simply by the feel and sound of the coin when dropped. A copper penny will have a distinct weight and tone compared to the lighter zinc version. The rarity of the 1982 copper penny has made it an object of intense interest for coin collectors. A penny that is well preserved and free from scratches, stains, or other forms of damage can be worth thousands of dollars, especially if it is one of the rarer copper versions. Even without errors, some high-grade 1982 copper pennies can fetch prices that are a far cry from their original face value of just 1 cent. The value of these pennies is driven by the fact that they are considered part of a limited set of coins from a very specific period in history. But there's another factor that makes the 1982 Lincoln penny particularly interesting to collectors: minting errors. As with many other coins, the 1982 pennies were not immune to production mistakes. Certain 1982 pennies were minted with flaws such as doubled dies, where the image on the coin appears to be doubled. These error coins are much rarer than the standard coins and can fetch higher prices from collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for them. Some of these error coins, especially those that were produced with a copper composition, have sold for impressive amounts at auctions and have become prized possessions for serious coin collectors. In fact, if you happen to have a 1982 copper penny that is in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you have one with a noticeable minting error, you could be in for a windfall. Some of these rare and highly sought-after pennies have been known to sell for as much as $46,000. That's right, $46,000 for a single penny. While not every 1982 penny will be worth that much, those that are in exceptional condition or have minting errors can bring in substantial amounts. So, how can you go about determining whether your 1982 Lincoln penny is worth anything more than its face value? The first step is to inspect the coin carefully. Look for signs of wear and tear, such as scratches, discoloration, or other forms of damage. If the coin is in excellent condition with minimal damage, it might be worth more than you think. However, the most valuable 1982 pennies are those that are uncirculated, meaning they have not been used in everyday transactions and have been carefully stored since they were first minted. These coins are in pristine condition, and collectors are often willing to pay top dollar for them. Additionally, check to see if your coin has any minting errors. Look for doubled die errors, where the coin's design appears to be doubled, or other rare minting flaws that could increase its value. If you believe you have found a valuable 1982 penny, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a certified numismatist. Grading will give you a better idea of the coin's true value and its potential worth on the market. In conclusion, the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent penny is far more than just a regular coin. Its unique composition and potential for minting errors make it a standout in the world of coin collecting. If you're fortunate enough to find a well-preserved copper version or an error coin, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $46,000. That's right, $46,000 for a single penny. So, keep your eyes peeled next time you're sorting through your change. You never know when you might come across a rare 1982 penny that could change your financial future. Top 5. The Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of the most iconic and familiar coins in U.S. history. While it may seem like a small, everyday item that most of us don't think twice about, there's a fascinating world behind these coins, especially when you look at certain years and specific details. The 1984 Lincoln penny, in particular, is a coin that has caught the attention of numismatists and collectors due to its unique qualities. And while it may seem like just another penny, in certain conditions, this humble coin could be worth far more than you think. So, if you've ever wondered how a simple penny could be worth thousands of dollars, this is the video you'll want to watch. First, let's talk about the basics of the 1984 Lincoln penny. By the time the 1984 penny rolled off the U.S. mint presses, it had already undergone several changes in design. The coin features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the inscription, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty" around the edge. The reverse of the coin still displayed the iconic Lincoln Memorial at that point, as it had since 1959. The 1984 penny was part of the long-running series featuring this design, and like most pennies, it was produced in large quantities. However, what makes the 1984 penny so special isn't its general appearance, but rather the conditions in which certain 1984 pennies were struck. As with many other years, not all pennies produced in 1984 are created equal. A small percentage of them were minted with errors, and this is where the value lies for collectors. The key to understanding the value of the 1984 Lincoln penny comes down to rarity and condition. While most pennies from this year were mass-produced and circulated widely, certain examples stand out due to their exceptional quality or minting errors. And these rare pennies are the ones that can fetch serious money at auction point. One of the most common factors that contribute to a 1984 penny's value is its condition. Coins that are well preserved and free from significant wear are highly sought after by collectors. In the case of the 1984 penny, those that are in mint state, meaning they have been preserved without any signs of damage or aging, can be worth much more than their face value. Pennies that are in gem uncirculated condition, where they have a high level of shine and sharp details, can fetch a premium price on the market. In addition to condition, another factor that can dramatically increase the value of a 1984 penny is the presence of minting errors. Minting errors occur when there's an issue during the coin production process, resulting in a coin that differs from the intended design. These errors can make a coin rare and much more valuable than a typical penny. For example, a 1984 penny with a double die error could be worth far more than a regular penny because the design appears doubled, usually on the date or the lettering. These kinds of minting errors are highly collectible and are often sold at auction for significant amounts of money. Another error that is particularly interesting to collectors is the 1984 copper-nickel transition error. This error occurred when a small number of pennies that were supposed to be made with a copper-plated zinc composition were mistakenly struck using a different metal composition. Coins like these are extremely rare and highly valued because of their historical significance, and the fact that so few were made. Finding a penny from 1984 with this type of error could mean a windfall for the fortunate person who discovers it.as with many rare coins. The value of a 1984 Lincoln penny also depends on how rare it is to find. While it may be easy to come across a run-of-the-mill 1984 penny in your pocket change, finding one in pristine condition or with a minting error is much more difficult. The rarer the coin, the more collectors are willing to pay for it. This is why some 1984 pennies can sell for thousands of dollars, even though they were originally minted for only 1 cent now. You might be asking yourself, how much could a 1984 Lincoln penny actually be worth? The value of this coin can vary significantly depending on its condition and whether it has any minting errors. For example, if you happen to have a 1984 penny that is in gem uncirculated condition, it could be worth several $100s. But if you happen to find one with a significant minting error, such as a double die or a rare copper-nickel transition error, it could be worth much more. In fact, there have been cases where 1984 pennies with errors have sold for up to $40,000. That's right, $40,000 for a single penny. While not every 1984 penny is worth this much, the right combination of rarity, condition, and error can push the value of these coins into the 5-figure range. And if you find one in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a substantial payout from collectors eager to add this unique coin to their collections. It's important to note that not all 1984 pennies will be worth this much, but even coins in good condition can be worth a lot more than you might think. If you come across a 1984 Lincoln penny that's in near mint condition, especially one that's never been circulated, it could still fetch a pretty penny. And if you happen to find a rare error coin, you might just be holding on to a small treasure. So, what should you do if you think you've found a valuable 1984 penny? The first step is to inspect it carefully. Look for any signs of wear and tear, as coins in better condition are always worth more. Pay close attention to the date and any inscriptions to see if there's any evidence of a minting error, such as doubling or unusual features. If you believe you have a rare or valuable coin, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a certified coin grading service. A proper grade will give you a better understanding of the coin's true value and whether it could be worth a significant amount of money. To wrap things up, the 1984 Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem like just another ordinary coin at first glance, but it holds hidden potential for those in the know. Whether it's the coin's condition, a rare minting error, or the sheer rarity of finding an exceptional specimen, the 1984 penny has the potential to be much more valuable than most people realize. If you happen to find a rare 1984 Lincoln penny in great condition or with a minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth up to $40,000. That's $40,000 for a single penny, a price that's sure to make any coin collector's heart race. So, keep an eye out for those 1984 pennies. They just might be worth far more than you ever expected.